So I was on Instagram a few days ago and I came across the Meta AI chatbot, and I assumed that it was going to be similar to the Snapchat AI robot person who you can just text and ask questions and it will respond to you. But I was pleasantly surprised to see that it was a little bit different. So for Meta AI, you can ask it to imagine a scene, a subject, or just anything you'd like to see it create. So I used Meta AI to come up with a few different reference photos for me. A few reference photos of roses, sunflowers, daisies, and they all just came out so beautiful. Now, before I came across this feature on Instagram, I used to spend hours within a day just looking for the right reference photos for a painting. And within a couple hours, I would at most only find 2 photos that I'd feel comfortable painting. But when I came across this Instagram tool, I formed a collection of, I want to say like 5 to 6 different reference photos. So I would recommend using it if you're having a hard time finding a reference photo. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not an expert in AI programs by any means, and I understand that anything can be taken and used for the good, but it can also be used for the bad. And so I guess my stance overall on AI, I'm still not sure yet, because this specific tool on Instagram, it is something that I'm definitely grateful to have found, but also, again, I don't know too much about it. All I'm saying is I use it for reference photos. So if you are looking for a tool to help you find or even create great reference photos or decent reference photos for a painting, I definitely recommend testing out the Instagram Meta AI. Now, with that being said, I am no expert on it. I have no idea what else it can do or what it's even capable of. Just fair warning there. I think my only qualifications is that I used it to create reference photos. I wasn't really satisfied with how I painted the roses at first, so halfway through I actually decided to start over with painting the roses, which leads me to the second part of this video. Knowing when to start over on a painting. It's okay if you mess up. It's okay if you don't like how something comes out. It's okay if you don't like how a certain aspect of your painting looks, because it's just paint and you can start over. You can try again. So if you're hesitant about getting started with oils or any other medium, don't worry about it. It's just paint. It's just a certain medium that you're working with, and you can either start over on a different surface, or you can use the same surface, paint over it, wipe it up, or you could do what I did. If you're working with oils and you still have wet paint on your surface, you can get a paper towel or tissue paper and just wipe up the excess paint or however much paint you have on the area that you're not quite satisfied with, and try again. I remember when I first started painting with oils, I felt so intimidated and scared to mark up the canvas or canvas paper. Even if it was just for a quick value study, I was scared to start. I was scared because I was going to mess up. I thought that if it wasn't an immediate masterpiece, then I should just quit, or that I would never improve, or that I was a failure. But the more I painted, and by the way, if you haven't seen one of my latest videos, I actually decided to paint every day for a month, and that was just a quick little shout out. So if you're interested, go ahead and check out that video. But anywho, back to what I was saying. But yeah, the more I painted, the easier it was for me to really start a painting. I grew less and less afraid as the days went by. I grew a better comprehension of oils, and I understood how they worked, and I formed a relationship with it. And I know that may sound odd. I don't know, like the best way for me to explain it is when you begin to paint with any medium and you really commit yourself to working with it and creating back-to-back pieces, you'll start to see that there is an unspoken language to the paint. And in that same way, that's how I felt about oils and how I still feel about oil paints now. Now that I'm at a point in my art journey, I can confidently say that, yes, I do still feel afraid to start a piece, but honestly, it's easier for me to push that fear aside and to just do it, because I know from experience, from those 40 days of painting back to back, that regardless of whether or not the painting comes out, I can always try again, or I could just fix it. But yeah, that was just my 2 cents for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I really hope you guys liked this painting. Also, please comment below what you want me to create next. Anywho, I'll talk to you guys later.